I don't know who you are or why you're doing this, but I do know one thing. I'm apparently going to be in a Naked Gun remake, and I have no clue why. Maybe because I used to do some comedy, but other than that, also I'm kind of serious, stone cold serious, I guess. But other than that, it doesn't make sense. So I will find you, and I will kill you. But seriously, why is Naked Gun remake? The freaking Hollywood can't freaking stop with either a goddamn remake or a goddamn sequel to something we don't freaking need. It's freaking annoying. I don't know what else to say. uh, I I am kind of looking forward to this, knowing Liam Neeson's gonna be the main character, and that he has experience with more those goofier comedies back in the day, as well as he is kind of a stone cold serious person in a lot of his more recent films. I can kind of see why they chose him in a way. At the same time, it's freaking Naked Gun. Leslie Nielsen, he passed away. Why are you doing this? What the frick? It's not that they can't do it. Of course they can, but why? Other than greed and money. Sometimes I even question that because they don't even make that much money sometimes. Look for example how a lot of Disney's recent stuff has been going. They've had so many bombs at the box office. There's gonna be a place where you should be drawing the line at things and be like, oh, this doesn't work or this isn't gonna work. And weirdly, then there's things that do work, like once again the Batman Beyond movie or movies that were going to happen that Warner Brothers said no to, and you're just thinking to yourself, why? Why the hell did they say no? And then they say yes to, I don't know, frickin' a sequel to Beetlejuice and the Labyrinth, even though David Bowie's dead, and they're probably gonna do some pop star rap artist or something that's just gonna make the frickin' movie weird and I don't even know. And not fit like the world. And then you got freaking the remakes of all sorts. Should cut down all these goddamn trees actually. Let's get to that. But by the way, this is the world that I was surviving on last before I stopped the stream. So I survived on this world the longest, so you're seeing me survive further. It is on hard difficulty and such, but I mostly wanted to use it so that I could talk about this. I love Liam Neeson so much, like so many great movies, and even when he's in a bad film, he's like one of the better parts of those bad films. Like Phantom Menace, I love his Qui-Gon Jinn, and of course I love frickin' Darth Maul. Darth Maul's awesome, but like everything else is kind of But then there's frickin' Schindler's List. You got oh, I love Dark Man. It's such a good movie. One of my favorite Sam Raimi films. I hope Dave watches it one day with me. Yeah, he's a noob to a lot of older films and shows and stuff. Though he's also shown me stuff too. Though I haven't always gotten around to them. Uh, and some of them are old too. Like he does like older stuff. One of his favorite movies is the Tron movies, but he especially loves Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy is his favorite. And it's weird because I would think that an older film is my favorite film of all time, but it's actually The Dark Knight. I love The Dark Knight. So you would think that like older film, which I have a video I'm actually gonna have to talk about more, like about older movies and stuff. That I think would be an interesting topic from what I have for the title of it, at least, and the concept of it. But I gotta move all these trees out so I can actually see this house when I'm like coming back. So a lot of these trees gotta go. But yeah, I just don't know why you have to remake stuff. It's the same thing with why the hell did you make a History of the World Part 2? That was the joke of the title was meant to be a joke. And Mel Brooks comes back and is like, hey, let's actually do a part 2 to this. Oh, what's going on? Why am I frozen? Holy crap. Like, this, there's been some weird things going on this console, honestly. I don't know what the frick's going on. I've had sounds that frickin' cut out on me. I've had the frickin' console just crash on me or freeze completely. It's frickin' stupid. It's not even an old console. At least I don't think it is. Because technically I just recently, I know that there were people who had it before me. And technically it is in way better condition than other consoles I've had. Like, or at least the previous console I had that is similar to this one. But yeah, enough of that. Like, freaking, I thought that was stupid too. I didn't even bother with watching History of the World Part 2. I was like, what the frick's the point of that? Why? They just can't, they're not as witty as they used to be, and they just can't write humor. They're like they could back then. And I think that passion still plays a big part. Like if you're lovingly passionate about your work and your effort, like you can still put in effort without that same type of passion. Or maybe there's only a few people actually passionate about what they're doing, but the rest of them maybe not so much, or maybe higher ups or something. And that can reflect in certain games or other forms of media and movies. And I feel like a lot of that reflects in a lot of the more recent stuff. We have that more cringy, typical nowadays Disney, Star Wars, Marvel humor that's just been getting dry and worse by the second because of the way they've been approaching it. God, why are there so many of these? So many of these. But yeah, I'm just getting sick of it. I'm curious about the the Naked Gun remake, but I'm scared and I don't have hope for that working at all. So I don't really look forward to that, honestly. But I love Liam Neeson. I love his work in the past. Of course, Taken is like one of my favorite action movies, though there are better action movies, admittedly so. But yeah, and I try to watch almost every action movie in such recent movie that Liam Neeson's in. So, and I've found ones I've actually genuinely really liked that I'm surprised by, because I feel like he's been kind of typecasted. This might be a decent thing for him, but I feel like doing that with Naked Gun is something I'm not looking forward to and scared of. I feel like if they were doing it with something else, though I know that Naked Gun would get attention, and that's probably why they're doing it. But other than greed and money and all that, but yeah, it's weird. Just so stupid. I don't know what else to say. There isn't much you can say other than it's dumb and weird. But I'm morbidly curious to see what mess it turns into. And it sucks to see some of my favorite actors pulled into the same kind of crap. I mean, it's not like Liam Neeson hasn't also started some terrible stuff. Like I said, there's terrible stuff with him too. But even like I was saying, terrible stuff, he's always been like a standout. It's kind of like Christopher Walken in a bad movie. It's like he's the best part of a bad movie. Like even if you hate everything else, like at least he gives you a fun time. It's also kind of like Tim Curry, honestly, too. It's like, yeah, Tim Curry's really fun. He's not exactly like Tim Curry, but he stands out. He stands out, that's for sure. And he's got that freaking awesome voice. I love his voice. Freaking sick. And I've always loved a lot of, like, there's a lot of just classic films in my eyes, or cult films, that he was in that I really absolutely love. So we'll see what this disaster becomes. And that's all I have to talk about. I'll see you guys next time. I hope I wasn't too quiet with the audio. I always try to take care of the audio best I can, and I will see you next time. Bye.